Get ready to match the stars. Bill Daly, Brett Summers, Charles Nelson Reilly, Lee Meriwether, Richard Dawson, and Fannie Flagg as we play the star-studded Big Money Match Game 76. And now here's the star of Match Game 76, Gene Rayburn.
Johnny Olson and friends. A warm welcome to all of our regulars. What the heck is that, Fannie?
It's an owl.
It's an owl.
Yeah, owl.
It's beautiful. It's breathing. Yes. I don't believe this. Is this the real Connie Van Dyke?
It just does something to me.
Yes.
No, my hairdresser on Barnaby Jones, Barbara Lamston, gave me a whole bunch of wigs for Christmas, and I just started wearing them. I love them.
Yeah.
Is that a wig?
Is that a wig?
Doesn't look
Where
like
does it end and where does it begin? Well, let's not go. Oh, well, Bill. Good. Now let's say hello to our two players here, Wendy Wilczynski and Gary Armstrong. Wendy's our current champ. She has a total of $2,850 to her credit. And she's going to be challenged now by Gary Armstrong, who will tell us the story of his life.
Yes, it's very quick. I work for a
Time's
sporting...
up. That's all. Short life, wasn't it? Short life, Gary Armstrong.
work for a sporting goods distributor,
Yep.
and I enjoy sports, basically.
That's it, huh? Where do you live?
Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach. And where do you, are you married?
No.
No. Are you old enough to be married?
Depends.
Depends on what.
I don't want it yet.
You don't want it yet?
No.
All right, let us know when you want it.
Okay.
Okay. We'll start this game in a moment or so, but right now we have this message for you. Hello there. We are ready to have a go at it. If you're ready to have a go at it, we'll ask our challenger to make his selection.
A.
A. Everybody plays. Charles Nelson Reilly said...
But what did Charles Nelson Reilly say?
He said, I was once in a Broadway show that was so bad. I'm glad you asked. The audience didn't throw tomatoes, they threw blank. I didn't rehearse that imitation of you, Charles. Are you ashamed of me?
No, but it should be lower.
Should be lower? Yes. I was once in a Broadway show that was so bad, the audience didn't throw tomatoes, they threw blank. That's how bad that Broadway show was.
Hi, hon.
Okay. All right, the lower tier is just about ready here. Charles was not last for a change because he was there. Gary Armstrong. Charles Nelson Reilly said, I was once in a Broadway show that was so bad, the audience didn't throw tomatoes, they threw...
Bullets.
bullets. Well, you got the idea, didn't you?
Very hard to do,
You gotta
that's
give
it.
him A for effort.
Well, I saw the show and I threw up. So there you go. That's what it was. Yeah, why not tell you?
All right, Bill finally made the team. Now, Brett.
Every once in a while he gets his little act together,
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
he?
every once in a while there.
I said they threw the fruits.
They threw the fruit.
You can take it
Tomatoes and
any way you want.
apples and pears and all of that sort of thing now. Hello, Charles, you were there.
I said eggs. I'm sorry, Gary.
You said eggs. Gary's looking for the answer. I was once in a Broadway show that was so bad the audience didn't throw tomatoes, they threw bullets. What do you say, Lee?
I said, well, radishes.
Radishes? Now, would you explain that?
Hot air and I don't know.
Oh, I see. Oh, all right, Richard.
Thought it was for a repeat performance. A little hamburger. They threw up.
They threw up. All right, Miss Fannie, honey.
I was trying to think of the biggest fruit there was. So I wrote watermelon.
Watermelon. Charles, you didn't tell us the truth, did you?
No.
Now, let's see. Wendy, are you ready for yours?
Yeah.
Jimmy said, the head waiter at that restaurant doesn't like me. He sat us at the worst table in the place. It was in the blank. The head waiter at that restaurant doesn't like me. He sat us in the worst table in the place. It was in the blank.
Okay.
All right. Put something on your little card. Get your little mind going. And away we go. Wendy. Jimmy said the head waiter at that restaurant didn't like me. He sat us at the worst table in the place. It was in the...
It was in the kitchen?
In the kitchen. I don't know her. She's the champ. Leave her alone. Bill, where was this table?
Oh, I've been there. I have to go there right now, to the John.
Turn. So that's the kind of material you like. That's the kind of bunch you are, is it? Okay. Brett?
I didn't want to discriminate between male and female, so I said the John John.
The John John. That's two of those, Wendy. And Charles?
I'm going to be very calm and just continue. Kitchen.
Kitchen. One for Wendy. Lee, Wendy is looking for the answer. Sat us on the worst table in the place. It was in the kitchen, is what she says. What do you say?
Well, unlike Brett, I do discriminate. Ladies' room.
Ladies' room. King Richard.
I went to the restaurant with Dick Wesson.
You did?
Marvelous actor.
Yes, an excellent actor.
But neither of us, were that big a name, so they sat us in the kitchen.
In the kitchen. That's two for Wendy. Yes, and a good comedian, too. Yes, right. And Miss Fannie, honey.
In the furnace.
So, Wendy, you chalked up 2 there, and that's the way the score stands at the end of round 1. 2-0 favor the champ. Round 2 coming up, but first this. Hello there. Now, we go to round 2. Score is 2-0 favor the champ. Challenger, would you make your selection, please?
I'll stick with A.
Stick with A, because it was so good to you last time, Gary? Now listen, Gary, at the circus, the fat lady said... She says, I hate those Siamese twins. Yesterday, those guys couldn't find their hats, so they wore my blank on their heads.
Who said this?
The fat lady in the circus said that. She says, I hate those Siamese twins. Yesterday, those guys couldn't find their hats, so they wore my blank on their heads. That's
I
the
think
idea,
it's a
my
fairly
dear.
obvious answer.
Okay, Charles is ready. He's writing, so I will slowly walk over here to Gary Armstrong and call on Gary Armstrong. At the circus, the fat lady said, I hate those Siamese twins. Yesterday, those guys couldn't find their hats, so they wore my blank on their heads.
Bra.
Bra!
The very, very fat lady, right?
Yes, very fat.
I think this is acceptable. Pasties, is that good?
No.
Pasties are not, well, they cover up things, right?
No, yeah, but it's not a bra. Pasty is not a bra. Pasty is a...
Well, I'm going to take these out of here.
Yeah, get them out of there, yeah.
All right.
What did you say, my dear?
I love the image of someone who looks like Shelley Winters in pasties, don't you? I said bra.
Bra, there's one. You're right. This fugitive from the Bob Newhart show, he has his ups and downs, gives a brilliant, funny answer, and then he comes up with pasties. Holy mackerel. Yes, Charles?
Downer.
I don't know in this country what they say bra, that's what they wear, but in my country you call it, when I decide on what accent this is, the brassiere.
Brassiere. Brassiere. Le brassiere. Couldn't find their hats, so they wore my bra on their heads, according to Gary. What do you say, madam?
And Charlie and I are from the same country, Brazil.
That's true for you. You got a couple for him?
No, but I have a cousin in Philadelphia we're very worried about. Now, the English translation is bray.
Bray, yes. So there it is. Gary, that's 4. That's 8 altogether for him. How about you?
Well, I share a dressing room with Brett, and it just makes me laugh to see a training bra again. But I wrote bra.
Now, Wendy, he's got 5 and you've got 2. That means 3 to tie, 4 to win. Listen carefully. Everybody plays except Richard and Charles. From his hospital bed, Tom said, "Today I got 2 cards. My mother sent me a get well card. My mother-in-law sent me a get blank card."
Wait a
Did you
minute.
hear all that? From his hospital bed, Tom said, "Today I got 2 cards. My mother sent me a get well card. My mother-in-law sent me a get blank card." Get well card and a get blank card. You play. He does not play. Not in her first round.
Oh.
Not in her first round. It was
I think we're
Richard.
going to have another losing answer up here.
Charles
I don't know
here.
why.
You've got yours. You've got yours. Bill, we're waiting for you.
Just okay.
It's back to the Bob Newhart show if you
Okay,
don't
back
do
away
it.
again.
All right. No. All right. Now, Wendy. From his hospital bed, Tom said, "Today I got 2 cards. My mother sent me a get well card. My mother-in-law sent me a get blank card."
There's no such thing but a get lost card.
A get lost card. Bill, the audience likes her choice.
Boy, I loved it. I wish I could have thought of that. That's really a neat one. Boy, I really got just confused. I said a get out card. I don't know
Get
what that
out?
means. I don't even know what that means.
Now,
really.
wait a minute. Get out and get lost? Isn't that
I
the
don't
same?
know. Get out. Get lost.
No. All right.
No. We get a no-no?
No, I'm just giving the judge its second
Thank you
chance
for-
because sometimes he makes a hasty decision.
Okay.
And
Well,
sometimes he doesn't listen. Yes, got to match exactly. What do you say, Brett? Got to match everybody else to stay in the game here.
I
It's up
cannot
to you.
tell you how concerned I am about myself. I don't mean to discuss my own personal problems, but I said get out.
You did. All right, so that means Gary wins the game. What the rest of you have? That's 6-5. Come on down, Gary. All right, old bean, we congratulate you. Stand right there for a second or so, and we'll say goodbye to Wendy Wilczynski, who is leaving here with a total of $2,850.
That's great. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, my dear. Now, as he's spinning off, we'll spin this message for him, and you hurry back and see how he does.
Today's consolation prizes are from Pier 1 Imports. There's a world of difference. A $50 gift certificate for decorative handcrafted merchandise at any of 300 Pier 1 stores worldwide. And a tote bag from Maybelline filled with everything you need for beautiful eyes. A beautiful eye makeup wardrobe from Maybelline. And a hairdryer and Well-of-Walson shampoo conditions your hair while your shampoo leaves it looking healthy, shiny, and soft. Even repairs split ends. Well-of-Walson shampoo. More fun's are coming when Match Game 76 starring Gene Rayburn continues in a minute.
Join me if you would, please, sir, here, and we'll have a go at it. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Now, you watch this show quite often?
Yes.
You know how it goes? Mm-hmm. Okay, tell me how it goes.
Carefully.
All right, we'll very carefully say this. We polled a recent studio audience, and we got their best response to this. George Blank. Now, the answer they gave most often is worth $500, Gary, but you've got to match it. Now, if you match that answer they gave second most frequently, you got $250. The third one gets you $100. Hey, listen, could we turn that fan on low speed? It's blowing harder than it's ever blown. Look at the way his hair is blowing. Gonna muss my hair, too. Can we do that? Thank you very much. Now, 3 of our celebrities are permitted to help. Whom do you call on?
Richard.
Very close friend of mine, George Washington.
George Washington is one. Leah, you got one.
A toss-up. I'll try George Burns.
George Burns. Okay, you got 2 now.
Charles.
What do you say, Charles?
My friend, George Kennedy.
George Kennedy. That was lukewarm applause. Nothing personal,
Try
Mr.
to
Kennedy.
keep down the rally, if you will.
What about
See-
George V?
George Kennedy, George Burns, and George Washington. You want one of those? Look at me when I'm talking to you. Thank you, Gary. Face me. Stand right here and face me, man to man, here. Now, you got those 3 answers, but you don't have to take them if you don't want any one of them.
I'll take Burns.
You're joking!
Uh-oh. The audience is telling you that you blew it.
Is he too young
But-
to know who George Washington is?
No, he knows who George. But the audience can be wrong. We're going to find out right now here. We are looking for George Burns, and we'll find out if George is hiding under the $100 response. Goebel is there.
Has there been any insanity in your family before? I was just checking.
All right. Now, let's see if George Burns is under the $250 response. Burns it is. Congratulations to you. Better than striking out altogether, isn't it? Yeah. What do you think's under the other one?
Has to be Washington.
Washington, eh?
George the Fifth.
Not George the Fifth. Slide it, Earl. Washington it is. That's why the audience booed you and awed you when you said Burns instead of Washington. Why did you say that?
That's what I was going to
I don't know.
You don't know. It just popped into your head and you thought, well, that's your judgment. It's okay. Now, you got 250 additional. You're up to 350. Now you got a chance to win $2,500 by matching one celebrity exactly. Let's see how you're going to do with this. First, you got to choose one.
Who's George Washington?
Lee.
Lee. You ready?
Oh, no.
Get ready to write. Yep. Have confidence. Get your ESP going. Lee, transmit some thoughts to him as you write your answer to this. Blank cage. C-A-G-E. Blank cage. Okay, Lee Meriwether is finished. And now, Gary, what answer would you like to give us, which you think will match this fugitive from Barnaby Jones?
It's a lion cage.
Lion King.
That goes right along with Washington.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't pick Washington, so naturally you wouldn't. You'd have to say Lion's Cage, wouldn't you? Naturally, it goes along with George Burns there. All right, Lee. He says Lion's Cage will match you for $2,500. What do you say to
I
that?
don't know. Can I take you to lunch someday and dinner and anything after? Because I'm with Birdcage.
Your people are coming. Oh, Richard at Lion. Richard the Lionhearted. Yes. Hello.
Are you the gentleman that wanted your hair spray from the breath left?
Yeah. A little more back there. Thank you very much, sir. Now they've turned off the fan, so.
I'm out of business.
That's right, you're out of business.
And I'll probably never act again either.
That's right, your whole career is destroyed. Now, Gary, you've ended up with a total of $350, and you're going to play another game, so let's welcome your new opponent, shall we? Here comes Betty Johnston. Hello there. Climb aboard when it stops. Hi, Betty.
Hi, how are you
Do you know
doing?
Gary?
Yes.
Now, Betty, we'd like to find out a little bit about you, if you would, please. Tell us the story of your life.
Okay, I'm married. I don't have any children, but I like to do arts and crafts, and I like children.
Now, you don't get children from arts and crafts.
I know.
Gotta tell you that. There.
I did.
I mean, arts and crafts. No, you didn't. Okay, Betty, it's up to you. You stick with your arts and crafts, but if you want to get children, you gotta want to go. All right, A or B there.
A, please.
A it is. Here we go. Arts and crafts, eh? Flash Gordon said, "Last week I defeated the meat people, men made entirely out of meat. You'll see how I did it in my next picture. Flash Gordon blanks the meat people."
Honey, now you're going to have to redo that, sweetheart. Just come up here, sweetheart.
Just read it to yourself there.
All right. Is anybody
Move
else
your lips silently.
Flash Gordon said, "Last week I defeated the meat people. Men made entirely out of meat. You'll see how I did it in my next picture. Flash Gordon blanks the meat people."
Got the idea now?
No.
Does that help? Well, it's a first round question. You know they're a little tougher than usual. So you had Lion, eh? You had Lion, didn't you? You did have Washington too, didn't you? He really blew that one, didn't he? All right, let's go. Hurry up, folks. We're running out of time now. Last call, Brett. Here we go to Betty Johnston.
Okay.
Ready? Lee, are you ready? Boy, that long hair has slowed up your brain, Lee.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Now, Betty, Flash Gordon said, "Last week I defeated the meat people, men made entirely out of meat. You'll see how I did in my next picture. Call Flash Gordon blanks the meat people."
Butchers?
Flash Gordon butchers the meat people. Little lady over there who believes in arts and crafts says Flash Gordon butchers the meat people. Bill, what do you say?
I was in that movie. It's called Beats.
Beats
Right?
the meat
Beats
people.
the meat people.
All right, Brett.
Beats the meat people.
Yep.
That was
we
that
see it,
close?
please. No.
Ah, butcher.
No, butchers and that's different, entirely different. Brett, would you just hold up your card?
One winner does not a winner make when you've had a series of losing answers. I said, what do we do with a hamburger? We chop or grind.
Chop or grind? Charles?
Well, that's a wonderful answer.
I said he took his gun that shoots a fire and barbecued the meat people.
Barbecues the meat people. Now, Lee, what do you say?
Well, you know how you choose up sides to fight and everything. Well, I said choose.
He chews the meat people. And Richard?
Barbecue.
Barbecues. And Fannie? He cooks the meat people. So, Betty, your answer didn't do anything for you, and we'll see what yours does for you later, but right now, this. No time to say goodbye. Gene Rayburn here. Goodbye. Gotta go.
This is Johnny Olson speaking for Match Game 76, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. Stay tuned for Tattletales next over most of the CBS stations.